Alrighty. So I've been receiving a lot of messages in regards to my latest reel and a few other reels that I've posted about the digital marketing course. Some people don't understand completely as to like what it is, and then other people are a little lost as far as the direction that they like to go. But I am going to add one of my mentees, Sierra, to the chat, and she can give a little insight because with my follower count, sometimes people can sway away. So I wanted to invite someone who, hey, lovely.
I'm about to say, is it acting right? Oh, Lord. Hey, y'all. Let me just right here.
Yeah. I
Hey.
wanted to add Sierra to the call just so she can kind of give her insight on the course and basically what it's done for her and answer any questions that you guys may have. But to kick it off, digital marketing is basically teaching you how to market yourself in an online space and also through communications, whether that's through a digital product, a physical product, a service, or if you're literally just marketing yourself. It's basically misconstrued to where people are thinking like, oh, I'm going to become a digital marketer. No, you are not becoming a digital marketer. You are using digital marketing to market yourself, a product, a service, etc. Does everybody kind of understand that? Yeah.
Sorry.
So Sierra is someone who actually purchased the course from me. So do you want to like just kind of tell them your thought process before you started, and then like where you are
Okay.
now, like your whole journey?
Definitely. Now, y'all, I want to say this now. I'm a talker, so Missy, cut me
Okay.
off because I be getting excited, especially when talking about this. Because y'all, when I tell you it has transformed my life, I'm a regular schmegular girl. I ain't nobody special. So let me just give y'all a backstory. So how I got started, because I think it's really important to really share your story too, because all of our stories is different.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I tell people all the time, I didn't have I was living paycheck to paycheck and I just needed, like, that wasn't my story. My husband was working 2 full-time jobs, was killing himself. And every time we wanted to take a vacation, we had to whip out a credit card or take a loan. Was getting tired of doing that. So I had been praying and asking God to elevate me financially. And I was like, man, like show me the way, God, show me the way. And I kept seeing people talk about digital marketing. I kept seeing, and I'm like, people talking about they making 30K, 40K, 10K. I'm like, it's giving scam, it's giving pyramid scheme, you know? And I hate to be this way, but like I needed to see somebody that looked like me in saying that. And so what it was I've done UGC, I've done TikTok shop, I've done all those things. I've done, creating content for brands, and the money was great, but it wasn't consistent. And then dealing with brands, you have to like go back and argue, and child,
Yeah,
it be
like
a
the
lot.
whole
You know what I'm saying?
negotiation
It,
process is
it's
ahead.
it's a lot. So Missy, I have been following her for years. I'm talking about for years, baby, being an OG. Okay. And I had seen Missy talking about, like, and if any of y'all know, or if any of y'all have been following Missy as long as I have, here's somebody that I'm like, this person has it all together. You know what I'm saying? They're an influencer, they're big. They taking the time to invest in something to like learn a skill, like, you know what I'm saying? So it immediately like caught my attention. And then Missy, you made a video because I was like, I was tuned in, but I was like, then you made that vlog and you was like saying like, hey y'all, I've started this digital marketing journey. I really don't know what I'm
Right.
doing, but I'm doing it. And I watch you and I'm like, okay, sis is, because you've always been very like open and honest with us. Like you don't. I love that about Missy, y'all. Like she don't never make it seem like, oh, I just got it all together. Like I watched her buy her home and just go through that whole process. So to see her share her journey and share her story, like this is something that I can do. Like you don't need to have a certain amount of following or anything like that. You literally can start this from scratch. So I was immediately like, like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So I had seen Missy and I'm like, I hit Missy up and I'm like, hey girl. And I'm like, mind y'all, when I hit Missy up, I'm like, she ain't gonna respond back to me because, she's this big influencer or whatever like that. So I hit her up and I'm like, hey girl, like I'm thinking about investing, like, and again, when I reached out to you, I didn't think that you would respond back, but I was like, what the hell? Let me just try.
Right. Just try.
And you immediately hit me back and was like answering my questions and was like, like it wasn't like it was just a sale, and I really appreciated that. Like she was like, hey, like I started this, you don't have to have a large following. Cause I was like, well, girl, I'm not like you, that was kind of our conversation. And you was like, no, like definitely like invest, like even if you're not doing it just for the money, but just for personal development. So, I took the plunge, you know, removed that fear that I had because you know, I'm not gonna lie, $500 is a lot of money. It is. And baby, you had me at payment plan. When they was like, oh, you can get it on a payment plan. I
Right,
said, oh,
Florida.
okay. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, bet I can get this for $124. And then I remember Missy was like, you know, when you started, you gave yourself like 3 days, like you was kind of like all in. And I was like, well, I got kids, so you know, I don't know. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna give myself 5 days, but I'm like, I'm not giving myself a plan B. I'm not giving myself another option. If I do this, because $500 is a lot of money, baby, we gonna be all in. And
Right.
I didn't tell my husband at the time, because I know he would be like, what, you buying another one of those master, you know, another, because at the time I bought like webinars, I bought mentorships,
Girl.
and you know, ain't went nowhere with them. You know what I'm saying? In that moment, you're motivated, like, oh my God, it's gonna change my life. And you know, then wasted money. You know, and the thing
Exactly.
about this, and that people don't understand with these master resale right, with digital wealth academy being a master resale right course, y'all, you can always go back in. Like if I have a question, or because it is a lot of information to take in, like day one, if you're if like me or Missy, you know, getting the course and like, hey, I want to dive in and just go through everything, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that if I need to answer a question about branding, or if I need to know, like, dang, how do you sell in stories again? I always have that information that I can go back to versus attending a webinar or attending, you know, a master class in person. After that class is over, you ain't got nothing to go back to. You don't
Nope.
have nothing to fall back on.
And you don't
And
even
they don't
a lot of times have anybody to communicate
exactly.
with to ask the questions. You know, they
It's
tell you
in
a
that
dream.
moment.
Yeah.
In that moment, that's all you have. And so then at the time I didn't get, because Missy was selling the bundle as far as like you can get her mentor, but I was like, look, I'm balling on the budget right now, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I reached back out to her again and she was like, no, like I want you to join my mentorship. And that's the one thing that I appreciate, because you didn't treat me like I was just a sale. You got paid, hey, I got my money from you, so good luck, sis. Like it was like, no, if you have questions, y'all reach out to me. And y'all, I have been on calls with Missy for hours, talking her to death, asking her like, what should I do, you know, and just giving advice. And I love the fact that you never make me feel like I'm less than you or I'm beneath you because of my following. Like, y'all, this is somebody that like, yes, has, you know, I'm sure been all around the world and have done, you know, the influence and have made a lot of money, but is a real person that wants to help you. And that's the thing that has inspired me to help other moms. By Missy helping me and mentoring me, I'm now am in a position where I'm mentoring 37 other women. I've helped people that have been homeless, living in their cars, literally changing their life, all from digital marketing. And again, like this has truly, when I say, and it's not just about the money. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all, the money is amazing.
Yeah.
I love, you know what I'm saying, seeing a little Stanstore email come through
Email come
at 3
through.
o'clock in
Right.
the
Right.
morning. But to be able to like be a part of somebody being able to change their situation, being able to buy a house for the first time, like that's the bigger picture. And you know, y'all gotta get out of thinking like it's just like, oh, yeah, making $500 is nice, it's amazing, but there's so much more than that. Now I can create my own business. Now I can create a product of my own from skills that I know two of my mentees right now are going to school for digital marketing and have student loans out that they're going to have to pay back, and they've learned more in Digital Wealth Academy than they have in school.
In school.
So
Right.
if you hesitant about it, like, and if it's been on your mind heavy, like I'm big on Jesus over here. So, you know, pray about it and ask God. But I'm telling you, just for personal development alone, the investment is worth it.
And that was one of the reasons why I initially tapped in for personal development. I'm at home, I work from home, and I was just like, man, I'm chasing brand deals. Since COVID, everything kind of shifted, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's merging to TikTok. The brands are kind of allocating money in different places and whatnot. And for me, I was just like, at the end of the day, if I can learn and better myself and do something constructive with my time, that's what I'm going to do. So whenever I was seeing it on social media, kind of like you, I was just like, yeah, right. Like
Right.
it's no way in hell that y'all making this type of money. And that was more so because I didn't understand like the business model
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't know any of like anything behind it, right? And then I actually came across Amber, and she's a fellow YouTuber. And being that I had been in communications with her, she had designed a few of my logos and stuff. And I seen her tapping into digital marketing and her sharing her journey. And I was just like, okay, finally somebody that I actually know, somebody that I can reach out to who's a real person and who
Mm-hmm.
I've actually been in communication with who can give me the real. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
hey girl, give me the tea. Is this like selling Avon? Like, cause
Right.
I ain't about to be at nobody kiosk like trying to push stuff, right?
Right.
And so like she broke everything down to me, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna sleep on it.
Mm-hmm.
I went to bed, excuse me, and I was tossing and turning, y'all. I was just like, if it's meant for me, it'll be for me. When, I don't know, but I just could not get it out of my mind. And I'm like, if I could make this work, it's gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
game changer. So I said another prayer. I was trying to go to sleep, kept tossing and turning. I was like, excuse my French. I was like, fuck it.
Right.
Like, I got out of bed. My purse was in the car. I went to the garage 2 o'clock in the morning, grabbed my credit card, and I was like, I could give her the whole 500, but I don't know just yet. So
Okay.
I'm a sign up a Klarna, and that's what I did. But literally by day 3, y'all, I was so invested into the course. Like, I was glued, like staying up until the wee hours. Like, when Dell has to get up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, he would get up. I would be on the couch, still on my computer. He would get home from work. I'm still on the couch on my
Mm-hmm.
computer. I did that for like 3 days straight. And then, like, the rest of the time, I just kind of like dedicated an hour or two throughout the day, because at this point, I felt like I had information overload. It's a lot of information. And if you try to cram everything, it
Mm-hmm.
can be a little like confusing in a sense, and you don't know like which direction to go. But if you literally take your time and you go through each module, and then, like, for me, I like to, after I engage in like one module or indulge in a module, I'll go back to see if I actually understand it, and I'll take notes. And so for me, that's how I retain a lot of the information. But it was a lot of stuff that, even as a content creator of 13 years, I had no idea about. And I was literally like, that's how they do this. Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
how they do that. That's how Fashion Nova keeps sending all them damn emails and da 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 da, right? Because I didn't understand the whole like email marketing aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Affiliate marketing, the most that I knew was working with brands like Amazon storefront and getting a commission, but like they dive into that. And then now that there's a module for UGC content creation, because I've even looked into that. But the thing with looking into information on your own, yes, information is free. Yes, you can Google it, but you have to go to so many different sources and try to piece everything together. You get lost in a sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have everything in one place that literally walks you through step by step by step, it's all laid out for you. Like, they are literally giving you the blueprint. And by the time I was done, I was like, this is actually a steal. Like, $500, because I had been seeing other courses that were like 2,000, 3,000. I've seen like the smaller like mini courses that
Mm-hmm.
basically came with the templates, but it really didn't outline it in depth like DWA. And so, like, by the time I finished, I felt like, okay, I knew everything in the world. If I had questions like you, I would go back to the module.
Mm-hmm.
If people would ask me questions, like after about a month is when I started like mentoring, right? And from there, it's like, okay, if this person has a question, I can refer back to the module to answer that question if I can't remember it. Or if I'm like
Mm-hmm.
trying to create a reel and I'm trying to remember all of the different steps for the hashtags and the captions and basically how to formulate the reel itself, I could refer back to like a specific module and just get that information. Okay, so with that being said, you started in June,
No. April? May.
April,
May. May.
May.
May.
Yes.
May. Sorry.
Okay. So
Cause y'all,
from
I was trying to do my own thing. So that's the teak. I was trying to do my own thing with digital marketing. Again, I've tried to like attend these different webinars and
mhm.
how they're gonna change your life and stuff like that. So I technically started in December
Okay.
as far as actually seeing money revenue when I invested with DWA. But let me just tell y'all, so what really gave me the boost, because I know a lot of y'all, because a lot of people get these courses and they think like, oh, I got the course. Why am I not making any money? But sis, did you go through the course? Did you go through it 2 or 3 times? Because you need to, and it's so important because y'all have to remember like what made you invest. Think about
Hmm.
the questions that you had. A lot of people like, well, I don't know how to sell it. Y'all know how I sell it. I literally make videos of me being myself every day. I'm a mom. Me and my kids at the park doing paintings. Oh, I'm so happy that I can get time back with my kids. Literally by being myself. When you try to overdo it and fake the
Hmm.
funk, you're not gonna sell anything. But what got me was, I ain't gonna lie, I was like a lot of y'all probably thinking like, all right, Missy, you got a lot of followers, girl. So,
And it
but
don't
Missy took the
like, it has nothing to do
no,
with
but
followers. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I was like that. I was like, now look, let me see.
hmm,
I'm messing with sis, but let me see. But then y'all, she made it a point to create a faceless page and was like, look, y'all. I did it. Don't nobody know who I am. It
Mhm.
don't got Missy Lynn attached or nothing. When she did, I said, "Oh, all bets is off. It's about to go down. I'm about to get this
Yeah,
money."
because I started the faceless page because even though I had women purchasing the course from me,
Mm-hmm.
it was still, I'm sure, a doubt and a question in their mind, like, okay, you're making sales, but you're making sales just because you're Missy Lynn or because you have all these followers on Instagram. To be honest with you, a lot of my followers are not my customers, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
people who find me through digital marketing hashtags, or because they're searching how to make money online, or they're looking for other avenues aside from like having to get a second job, or they're tired of working, Uber Eats or whatever. They are literally invested into content that's on Instagram. So a lot of the customers that I had found me through just my videos as far as
Yeah.
digital marketing. And a lot of people don't understand the words that you use in your caption in your videos, SEO.
Mm-hmm.
It will push that content out to other people.
Mm-hmm.
People will feel like, oh, only my family and my friends follow me on Instagram. If you're making the right content and you have a target audience in mind, and you're literally marketing your content to that specific audience, you will gain traction. You will start
Yeah.
to see new followers, people who may not follow right away but may view your page and may like your page. That's your time to go and engage with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And figure out the pain point. You know why you're starting. You have a pain point. I need more money. I'm tired of working. I want to help my partner out. I want to save $10,000 by Christmas. I really want to go on vacation. Whatever that pain point is, that is who your target audience should be.
Right.
You should be speaking to them, right? And if you decide that you don't want to resell the course and you just want, excuse me, and you just want to market yourself on social media, you want to boost your engagement, get brand deals eventually. There's a whole content creation module inside of the course. Literally walks you through everything branding. There's now a UGC module where if you aren't comfortable with creating content and putting it on your page, you can review the products, make the content, and basically give it to the brand and get paid from the
Mm-hmm.
brand.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Essentially you are selling something, but at the end of the day you want to be yourself. But I want to know, I want to be knowledgeable. I want to know what master resale right mean, or MRR means. It means master
Mm-hmm.
resale right. I need to know what PLR
PLRS.
means,
Yeah. Yep.
so when people ask those questions I can explain to them. Because again, I have sold courses to people, and that's one thing that I'm really like big on. Like when I sell to you, like, sis, I don't want you to just buy it just to be putting money in my pocket.
Yes.
Like I really want you to take it. And that's, I got that from you, Missy. Like it wasn't like Missy was on my head, y'all. Like, hey girl, how you doing? What's
Right.
going on? You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
like
'cause
knocking, I'm peeking, I'm
right.
like, hey girl, what's up?
Like
Like,
you
I
are
got your
you doing
money,
what
but I still want you to learn.
exactly.
So,
And when I was going through it, I was like, okay, I really want to like absorb all this information, make sure, because I'm gonna hop on live, I'm gonna be able to answer these people's questions. So I did that. But then when I actually started, y'all, I made my first sale in 5 days with less than 100 followers. Now granted, I did start faceless. I tell people this a lot of time. You can do this faceless, but I like to be very transparent to people. When I tell people going forward now, I don't like to do it faceless. I don't recommend faceless, just because I do feel like you have to work 10 times harder. Again, very possible. You can do it. I was able to do it. The funny thing about it is, on my personal page, y'all, I had like 300 followers. I started a fresh page. I'm taking all these skills, everything that they're telling us in DWA, and I'm applying them. Granted, y'all, I was posting, I ain't gonna lie, I was posting 6 times a day. I would
whew,
post like, and it was a lot. It was overwhelming, but I
yeah,
was like, yo, I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm at least gonna get my money back. You know what I
right.
mean? So I would
Mm-hmm.
post at 9 a.m. And that's the thing, y'all, like posting every day at the same day, because you're telling your audience, like, hey, she's gonna post something at 9 o'clock. She's gonna post something at 11 o'clock, 1 p.m. She's gonna get on live at 7 p.m. So I felt like I built like this trust with that's that
Yes.
building that
Building
trust with your
that
audience,
trust. Yep.
and telling them like everybody. And I'm like, I'm faceless, y'all. I'm posting these random white women on my page, talking about, digital marketing and leaving my 9 to 5 and this and that. But to see my page grow, now mind you, I got this personal page,
Mm-hmm.
300 followers. My page is growing like 50 followers a day. And I'm like, how the hell?
Yep.
I, so like, but I'm doing everything that DW, and I'm learning all of this stuff for $500, where I know people charge $1,000 to show you how to grow on social media. That alone, not all the other stuff that DWA is including. So I'm growing, y'all. In 3 months, people be thinking, I'm like, I'm so mad that I didn't document it, but it went so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, in 3 months, I grew my Instagram page to 22K. Instagram hated on me a little bit. And I ended up, because I was posting a lot. That's one thing I've learned. You
Yeah, a
got to
lot of
watch
people,
posting,
yeah, get their
because you'll
pages
get,
taken.
they'll get you for like spam.
Mm-hmm.
But my page got hacked. Me and Instagram, we went back and forth or whatever like that. But anyways, I had been praying. I was asking God, I'm like, God, why you let this happen to me? Like, I didn't put in all this work and then seen this growth. At that time, I was at like $15,000 in sales and profit sales from DWA, PLR products and everything like that. So I had, obviously made my money back, made a lot of profit, was excited. I'm like, I'm on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Get hacked, got to start our way over. And I'm like, damn, am I going to have to start a whole new page? I really don't want to do this faceless. So I took it as the opportunity to make that transition on my page. And I get this question a lot. A lot of people like, well, with my personal page, like you were saying earlier, like, oh, only people that follow me is like my family members. And I don't really post stuff on there like that. You can transition a personal page, like utilize those followers. Cause I ain't gonna lie. Like, one thing when it comes to your audience, what makes it feel scammy is your numbers. Like, people be like,
Right.
oh, she only got 100 followers. Like, what you
How,
talking about, sis?
yeah,
You know
like
what
how
I
is
mean?
she making the money? Whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I had hit 5K. Like, I think I was at like 200 followers. So it's very possible. Like, don't
Mm-hmm.
let numbers, like, just like when you in live, a lot of my mentees, they'll be like, well, girl, only be 3 people in my live. Girl, be 5 people in mine. But guess what?
Right.
I've made salespeople hit me back, or they'll watch my live. Like, don't let numbers discourage you. So I made the transition on my personal page. And a lot of people ask me that, like, well, how long did it take? I would say like a week. People are gonna feel like, girl, what is you talking about? Like, that's annoying. Like, every day you
Mm-hmm.
always talking about digital marketing. If it's so amazing, why you gotta post every day? Y'all, Pepsi is a $1 billion brand. They run ads every single day. It
Every
doesn't
single day.
matter. This is your
And,
personal brand.
and you go to work every single day to make money.
And
So
wait 2 weeks
it's no different.
to get paid though. But you
Right.
wait 2 weeks to get paid. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get out of all that other stuff, all that negativity, because that's really what it is. Doesn't matter. Like, if you can be consistent and have honestly a positive mindset, anybody can do this. One of my mentees is 57 years old, never used a computer. Baby, she was calling, what's the is it the Canva? What do I gotta go on? Like, anybody can do this, y'all. You just literally have to like put time. And now a lot of people be like, oh, you need about just 2-3 hours a day. You do. But I like to be transparent and be like, it's not really in the beginning. You're gonna have to put in that work. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie to you. But you can eventually set yourself up. Well, baby, there's days where I work for an hour. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And I'm seeing that revenue. There's days where I don't log in. I just let my reels go from yesterday and I'm getting sales from
And
that.
bringing the
So
sales automatic. Yep. There's a lot of money to be made out there, and it's up to you, like which avenue you want to take. In the course itself, it literally goes over at least 4 or 5 different ways for you to make money. Whether you're just reselling the course, if you're creating your own digital products, if you're selling the done for you digital products that they provide and give to you inside of the course,
yeah.
affiliate marketing. You can do UGC content creation, or you can just literally brand yourself, scale your social media accounts, get in front of the right eyes, different brands, the right target audience, and make money that way. Brand deals, right?
Mhm.
If you're a business, scale your business, attract more customers, be able to take a day off, and just make money. But it's
Yeah,
it's definitely
it
possible. I
is.
feel like people are like really and truly leaving money just on the table.
Child. And it just, the fact that it really can truly change into, like, everybody wants to grow on social
Right.
media. And I feel like that alone
Especially if
is
you're
why.
posting.
Yeah, like, I mean, you're not on, I mean, unless you just on Instagram just to be on there. But like, I
Right.
mean, we typically want to grow. So the fact that you can eventually be monetized on Instagram, y'all got brands, like some of my favorite brands that I used to have to like chase down because I'm forced to be consistent with posting my digital marketing. And they're like,
Mhm.
hey, you're posting quality content. Can we collab with you? That's
Yep.
another stream of income. With me sharing like my journey and my process to try to help people. Additionally, I started
On
posting back consistently on YouTube.
YouTube. That's
Now I'm
another stream
monetized
of
on
income.
YouTube. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like, there's so many different ways. Stanstore, which we love, you can become an affiliate on, like, there's so like
That's three.
it,
You just named 3 streams of income from one course.
like, and now, but the UGC course inside of DWA, like, y'all, I have done UGC. When I tell y'all, from showing you how to do a portfolio, like, I mean, it's so deep. Like, that's like my favorite, like my favorite, like
Yeah.
module in there right now. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I love the ultimate branding one. That's like my favorite one too, because that really taught me like something as simple as colors, y'all. Like, I didn't know that there was a psychological, thing
Like
behind it,
having
and
a
like how
color
people,
scheme.
yeah,
Yeah.
like how people looked at it like that. But I'm like, here I was on here years, wasn't getting nowhere. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And like I said, y'all, I grew when I used to see people talking about, oh, I grew 10K in a month, and I'm like, you lying. Even with followers, but y'all, I grew my page to 20, and I'm like, here I am on my been had this personal page for years and had 300 followers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But you take these skills in there and you learn from them and you apply. Y'all, I for a minute I had a little mini business of setting up people's stores because I knew
Yes.
people needed help setting up their Stanstore, setting up their beacon stores. They're my, like I'm telling y'all, there's 1,000 courses out here, y'all. And I'm not trying to be biased. DWA is literally the best course out there. Because when I tell y'all, it shows you step by step, press enter, go down. They give you templates. So like you don't have to come up with the stuff for yourself. I mean, yeah, you can remix it, make it your own, but everything is, it's literally a business in a box. No, you don't need an LLC. Like a lot of people are like, oh, well, I don't have my LLC, so you don't need none of that.
Yeah.
You don't need none of that. You know? Like,
Right.
and that's like like, again, I know people that are going to school for digital marketing and are not learning in 2 years, are not learning what they've learned in DWA.
Exactly. And the biggest thing for me is being able to take the information and applying it where you see fit, you know?
Yeah.
Like I have a friend who's a realtor. She's hopped in the course and I'm like, girl, you can create your own digital product.
Mm-hmm.
You can either sell it to other realtors or
Mm-hmm.
you can create products to give to like future home buyers to
Yep.
prepare them different checklists, right? Because I know whenever I was buying a home, I was lost at first. I was like, okay, like what
Mm-hmm.
do I have to do? I had to go through the process and the motion to like finally understand. And then I was able to make a YouTube video to help the next person and like
Mm-hmm.
basically to guide them and to tell them, hey, these are the steps that I took. This is everything that I had to get together in X amount of time. So boom, here's your blueprint. So you can do the
Yeah.
exact same way, right? A lot of people are like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. Well, that's the whole point of the
Yeah.
course. Like the course literally walks you step by step. Whenever you apply to a new job, you go to orientation,
Mm-hmm.
you go to training. They teach you everything that you need to know, all the systems, everything. So it's the exact same way with learning digital marketing to market digital products or yourself or a physical product or a service, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
just have to, one, be willing to learn. Well, one, be willing to invest in
Yeah.
yourself. Two, be willing to learn, and then actually put in the actual work.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like Sierra was saying, in the beginning, it is a lot of work. You have to
Mm-hmm.
figure out which direction you want to go. You have to get all of the content. You have to get on a posting schedule. You have to get your captions together. You have to get your hooks together. So if you are batch creating and basically just streamlining the process and coming up with your own system, it's so easy to where maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you have it down packed and you've batch created so far in advance that your business is running on auto. You can even
Mm-hmm.
schedule your posts to go live. I'm literally giving you the blueprint. Either you want it or you don't.